Alright, what's going on, guys? We are back with another Dokkan battle video, and today we are talking part 2 of the celebration. Again, right, I have already done a video on this, kind of speculating my thoughts of the part 2 unit, basically on day 2 of this celebration. There was already some hints that were starting to kind of get breadcrumbed around. So in this video, we're actually going to dive a little bit deeper with some more little details that could kind of point us in the right direction for what part 2 is. Now, I'm sure if you've already seen the thumbnail, you got to know where I'm going with this. But hang around with me. I want to know what you guys think about this as well. So stick around, let's do this, and let's start the speculation. So the celebration currently is ongoing. We are still in part 1, right? We do still have quite a little bit to go before we get to part 2, unfortunately. It does take a little bit of time, you know, so I think part 2 is actually going to, like, the new unit's going to drop on the 16th, right? If we look all the way down at the very, very bottom, usually the Elder Kai banner is pretty indicative of when we could see the second part, or, you know, transitioning between celebrations. So the 16th, right? Because the 28th is when Android 16 actually dropped. The 16th, I think, is when we could see part 2 officially begin. Now, this is Android 16 celebration, right? He is here. He is very good. Especially for his androids team, he fills it out very well. The EZA for the 17 and 18 do an incredible job with this. However, I don't think androids is going to be what part 2 is centered on. I think this was just kind of a little taste of what Dokkan was trying to do here. So kind of putting the building blocks together. We are, I believe, staying within the Android Cell Saga. However, I do not think that part 2 is going to be Android focus, right? If we think last year, we did have Gohan was the Dokkan Fest, then we had Gotenks was the Carnival LR. Now, while they are both in the same saga, right? They're both Majin Buu saga, they did not directly fight each other. So by the point that Buu had already absorbed Gohan, Gotenks had already been absorbed as well. So they don't have to be direct correlations of people fighting. They were just within the same saga. Now, I think that's going to be the exact same thing here, right? They're not going to directly support one another in a way, but they will still be related in that sense. So one of the big tip-offs for me was the addition of this Hybrid Saiyan's mission into the red zone, the Pure Saiyan red zone, right, against the Broly. So this is a very difficult mission. You know, if you have not taken this mission on yet, it is very difficult. The Hybrid Saiyan's team is okay, and you can definitely get it done, right? I've seen people get it done with no items. I've seen people do it with, you know, no new units. So shout out Toon. But a lot of people had to kind of resort to either using Vegito or really just kind of hoping for really good RNG. And Dokkan is known for doing this. There are so many instances where Dokkan has dropped an incredibly difficult mission to then release a character later on that is stronger and more suited to take on that mission. So if we think Hybrid Saiyans, I think we're looking towards Hybrid Saiyans being part 2. If it's not part 2, then we got another Hybrid Saiyan coming down the pipeline that's going to help you to beat that mission. You know, another thing that I was kind of looking at here, and this is what I did point out in my first video talking about this, was in the red stone shop, right? There is this part where you can use 2 of your stones to pick up a pack of the characters from separate categories. So the categories here being the Bond of Master Disciple and androids. The androids we got with 16. Bond of Master Disciple we have not gotten yet. Now, this could mean something. This could mean nothing. However, as one of my beautiful subscribers pointed out to me, last year it did. You know, it was kind of one of those weird things, but it did. So, Majin Power, final trump card, we had the Gohan, we had the Gotenks. So, I mean, if you look here, I mean, you got Gohan in the card. I don't know if this really correlates. You got Gohan in the card. You've got Gotenks in the card. Here, obviously, there's no 16, but there's a Gohan, there's a Trunks, there's Piccolo, right? They are all part of Bond of Master Disciple. So I think we could look at something with one of, like, these three as the options really for this. Now, my mind jumps more towards Trunks because of the EZA that we are getting for the Trunks unit, right? So we had 17 and 18 who EZA'd, incredible EZA, to help out 16. Now, I think we could see a Trunks to maybe help out like a Super Saiyan Trunks or a Super Trunks or some other kind of Trunks. You know, or it could be for a Gohan, right? Because the thing is that Trunks is a Hybrid Saiyan. He is a Hybrid Saiyan, he is Android Cell Saga, and he is Bond and Master Disciple. So really, I mean, he covers all of it. Gohan also does, right? He is Hybrid Saiyan, he is Android Cell Saga, and he is Bond and Master Disciple. However, we did just get a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan for Anniversary. Like, I don't think they're going to revisit that spot again when they really just did the big hype moment of Super Saiyan 2 Gohan fighting Cell in the climax with the father-son Kamehameha. I don't think we're going to see them revisit Gohan again. They could. They could. They have a weird hard-on for Gohans for Trunkses. So, you know, we very well could see them do it. But honestly, my mind's leading more towards Trunks just because of all this other stuff here. Now, I just kind of pulled up the other categories, just kind of looked through them really fast, kind of at a glance. So we had the Hybrid Saiyans, right? Bond or Master Disciple. This is where I'm starting to look at things like, you know, you've got Gohan, you've got Trunks, you've got Piccolos. You know, this guy here, the Gohan and Goku. I mean, that could be something too, right? That is another option I'm gonna throw out there as we kind of move through this. And then we look at Android Cell Saga, and I'm kind of looking at hybrids. You know, we got Gohan, we've got Future Trunks, we've got, you know, again, this unit again, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. You know, we could do something with Trunks and Vegeta. I mean, it's there. And that was my big guess the first time around. However, as much as that's the one I want to see, I may have kind of shifted my focus. I just think it's going to be very Trunks focused. Whatever it is, I think it's going to be focused on Trunks. So, some of the other options here, we're looking at a Super Trunks. So a Super Trunks, and this could just straight up be a standalone thing, right? I'm thinking Carnival LR. I'm thinking a tag type character. However, it could just be a standalone Trunks. It could be a standalone Super Trunks because this guy would link up with the EZA for the Trunks, right? Even a Super Saiyan Trunks would, because he starts off as a base Trunks. So if you have some sort of Super Saiyan Trunks or a Super Trunks, I think you're kind of on the right path. Now, my hope is a Super Trunks with a Super Vegeta tag character. I think that'd be super fun. I think that'd be super cool. That's something I really want to see in this game because, you know, those two fighting against Cell and then Vegeta letting Cell hit his perfect form is a huge shift in that saga. So, you know, kind of Cell realizing, oh, I'm overpowered, and then feeding into Vegeta's ego to let him become perfect. I think having that in the game, right? Those two characters as a tag unit will happen at some point. Not saying it has to be now, but I mean it's a good time for it to happen here. And it could just be something kind of like this. You know, we did have this as the free-to-play character that you do get from the story of the Super Vegeta and Super Trunks. Same unit, but they're an exchange character. So in this case, you could have them as, you know, Super Trunks plus Super Vegeta. That way it's more of a tag character. They have all the categories. They can link up with pretty much everybody. It just makes them super versatile and super fun, and just a unit I would really love to see, man. I would love to see this unit as a tag unit right now, if not now, sometime in the near future. Omatsu, please. All right, then we move on to Gohan. I mean, Gohan is here, right? He is always an option. They have a weird thing for Gohans and for Trunkses, but the Gohan in particular gets a lot of love in this game. So we could see something with Gohan. And then if we go into the tag feature of this, right, we want it to be a Hybrid Saiyan. We want it to be a Bond of Master Disciple. Goku. I mean, it's right there. It's plain and simple. A Goku and Gohan tag unit, right? We already have an exchange character of this, which did get their ECA, which is pretty good. And you could have them run with a tag character, or I mean, it is kind of something like this, right? Where we had this what if kind of unit of the Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan Gohan. You could do something kind of like this again, but more so in a tag kind of character realm, or throw this out there. If you stick with the Gohan, you get his true daddy in there. You get Piccolo. Piccolo's got a lot of love recently, man. I could definitely see Piccolo being a part of this. You know, we thought it was going to be a Piccolo for part 1. What if Piccolo is part 2 or part of part 2? Very well, he could be if they decided to do this route with Gohan and Piccolo. Now, I can't remember if there's really a big point in the saga of Gohan and Piccolo teaming up. I don't think there is, but that doesn't stop them from doing stuff. That's why I pulled this up. This is a what if unit. They don't do this in the series. They could easily do something like this with a Gohan and a Piccolo. You know, they can do whatever they want. They can make these units however they want. They can do whatever they want with them. And I think doing some sort of Gohan and Piccolo tag unit would be great. Now, I would like it much more in the form of like a Beast and an Orange. But this would work too, right? Maybe we still get the Hell Zone grenade in there somewhere. Gohan gets his time to shine in the light because you can't go 20 minutes without a fucking Gohan in the game. So he'd be there too. Now, my final pick, that if it's not going to be a Vegeta and Trunks, I want this. I want this so bad, right? When this unit came out, I thought this was the coolest shit that they did. Having Super Saiyan Gohan and Super Saiyan Trunks, you know, their fight against the androids in the future. You know, Gohan dies, Trunks goes Super Saiyan for the first time. Now, we did get this exchange unit, but it is still a Gohan and Trunks the entire time. The exchange is actually just into Gohan. So what I could see them doing here is, I don't think we would have like the Gohan face down in the puddle kind of animation yet. I don't think we would do that unless they wanted to make it a no shit, this was the Trunks of the card, right? We could see them do a tag version of this, which I think would be phenomenal. I think a phenomenal choice would be to do a Future Gohan and a tag Trunks. So cool. One other option they could do is if they just wanted to do this Trunks, they could, because I think he's different named, right? Yeah, dude, because Trunks, he's Trunks teen, he is Trunks youth future. So you could totally do that. You could make him a standalone character. You get a very unfortunate active skill of Gohan face down in the puddle, and you get the crazy scene of him, you know, screaming, crying, and exploding into Super Saiyan for the first time. I mean, we're gonna see it at some point in this game, dude. Oh my god, it's gonna look so good. It's gonna look so good. I would be so excited for that. Now, this is my top. So this right here is my top pick. If it's not this, I hope it's some sort of Trunks and Vegeta. And I could be totally wrong, and there could be no Trunks involved in this at all, and I could just be diving way deep into this. But to me, the clues just line up, right? Everything just adds up to Trunks being the guy, because Easy A, Hybrid Saiyan, Android Cell Saga, and Bottom Master Disciple. It just makes the most sense. Plus the fact that we've already gotten the Gohan from the anniversary. I just don't see it happening again, but Dokkan does as Dokkan does. So these are my picks. This is what I'm hoping for. And I really, really, really would love to hear from you guys on what you think of this, what you think of everything I've kind of talked about here, all the breadcrumbs trying to lead up to this, and all of my picks that I've chosen here. And I'd love to hear what you guys think and who you guys are hoping for. So that's going to do it for the video today. So if you guys did stick around to the end, I do appreciate you. These are my favorite kind of videos to make, guys. These absolutely are. Unfortunately, like, I look at my analytics on YouTube, obviously, because I'm a new content creator. I do all this stuff. I'm very narrowed in and focused on what does good, what doesn't. Fortunately, these don't really seem to do very well, but these are my favorite kind of videos to make. So you're going to see a lot of these, and I'm going to keep doing them because these get me excited. These get me amped up, and I absolutely love them. But I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. Let me know if you guys want to hear, if you guys want to see more of these kind of videos. Let me know, because I absolutely love doing these. You do the research, pull up everything, kind of go through it, and just talk. And I love this. But let me know if you guys like these kind of videos. Let me know if you guys think I'm on the right track with all the breadcrumbs that I've found kind of leading up to part 2. And if any of these choices stuck out to you, which one? And who would you like to see either from this list or someone who I did not mention on here? And if you guys have seen any other kind of hints, let me know. Let me know if you guys have some ideas. Throw them my way. I might make another video on it and kind of talk about it because, like I said, I love this shit. It's so much fun. Like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya!